Good evening, esteemed members of Toastmaster and our valued guests. I'm Aditya Dugar, taking on the role of Sergeant at Arms for today's online gathering. I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you as we convene for the speakers, trainers, and coaches Toastmaster Club meeting. Let us begin to establish some essential guidelines to ensure a rewarding meeting experience for all. To minimize disruption, kindly switch off or silence your mobile phones. Please refrain from discussing sensitive topics like politics, sex, or religion. While not speaking, kindly keep your microphone muted, but I encourage everyone to have their cameras turned on, allowing us to see your wonderful faces. If you need to leave during the meeting, please turn off your video. Now let's talk about a collective mission. To achieve success, having a clear mission is imperative, and our club is no exception. Our club's mission is to provide a supportive and educational environment, empowering members to enhance their communication and leadership skills, ultimately leading to increased confidence and personal growth. We'd like to inform everyone that this meeting will be recorded and we may use the recording for promotional purposes such as sharing it on social media platform, including WhatsApp. By participating in this meeting, you consent to the use of your name, voice, and image in the recording. Rest assured, your privacy is of utmost importance to us, and we will solely utilize the recording for the purposes stated. If you have any concerns or questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Lastly, we will want to express our heartfelt gratitude for joining us today and becoming a part of our vibrant community. Your active participation is sincerely appreciated. Now, without taking much of your time, let me introduce you to our presiding officer for today's meeting. She's a lecturer teaching mathematics and science, and she has an experience of 34 years. Her hobbies include tailoring and stitching, and she has a dream to make this society infection-free. Please join your hands together and welcome our presiding officer and also the timer for today, Rajni Gupta. Over to you, Rajni ji.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. Good evening, everyone, and my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome all to our club's 73rd meeting. I am Rajni Gupta, the presiding officer for the day. I see here some of the new faces like Fatima and Varun. Will you please give your short introduction yourself? That where are you from and how did you hear about our club? Please, Fatima, please unmute yourself and give your introduction. Are you there? And Varun? Okay. Or you can write it on the chat box. Thank you. Now I welcome our MC for today, Toastmaster Pragya Jain. Welcome, ma'am. Pragya Jain is a life skill trainer by profession. She has been a Toastmaster since 2020. She has served club leadership roles twice as VPS and once as president. She has bagged various Toastmasters awards like Golden Crown, Golden Feather, Triple Crown, etc. She has been outstanding Toastmaster for district and division. She has been the co-convener for the District 126 Annual Conference. She has been a club mentor club sponsor, speechcraft coordinator, explorer, and a learner by nature. She has been district semi-finalist for ISP, semi-finalist for ESP, district finalist for table topic 1 and second runner-up for table topic. Congratulations, Pragya. Over to you, Pragya. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajni, for that amazing introduction. I really didn't go back, but now when you read, I actually went back to my 3 years journey with that introduction. Hello, everyone, and good evening to today's meeting. I'm sure you are going to have an exciting theme today because this is one of my favorite themes and all of us go through it. But before I move forward, for the benefit of guests, may I please introduce the regular format of a Toastmasters meeting. We normally have 3 segments in a Toastmaster meeting. First being prepared speech segment, second being impromptu or table topic segment, and third being a general evaluation segment or an evaluation segment. And Toastmaster highly rates a feedback session. But for today's meeting, we thought why not flip ways and have a table topic run first and then go on to having the prepared speeches. Going forward with the theme, crossroads, something which I and you both will have had at least n number of times in our life, where decisions became difficult, where understanding what you wish to do becomes tough, and where you have to choose. We all have been through these crossroads in making friends of who should be our friend or who should be not. What career to choose from, what not. Which partner to choose from, which not. Whether to go with what the world is doing or whether to just stick to your passion. I can count n number of things where we do pass through these crossroads. But have you all ever went back and thought, what could I do when I was at that crossroad? Or maybe if I talk about future, what can I do when I am at a crossroad? What are the questions that can take me out of that place and let me choose the best path for me? If you have not thought about it still, I'm going to give you those questions which you can follow throughout your life and solve when you're at a crossroad. And trust me, these questions, it does not matter of what age you are, what problem you are into, but these are going to help you through and through. But before we move forward, one major crossroad which we always get in Toastmasters is whether my speech was fine or not, whether the meeting went right or not. What can I do? And for that, we have somebody who stands right at that crossroads. That is the general evaluator for the meeting who tells us which way to take. And we have Toastmaster Varun as a general evaluator for today's meeting. Toastmaster Varun, can I please invite you and your team to introduce yourself?
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Pragya. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes.
Thank you. Crossroads, a point where everyone stands and they have absolutely no idea if they are doing it correct, if they are doing it in a timely manner, whether they are following the rules or whether they are going in the right path. Something which we all dread. In this particular meeting, I am standing at that crossroad, ensuring everyone goes according to the same path which they want to go to and not getting deflected. And to do so, I have a beautiful team of 4 people who will be ensuring that everyone stays right on their own track. The first member of that team is our own presiding officer, Toastmaster Rajni Gupta, who is playing the role of timer. Toastmaster Rajni Gupta, please introduce your role.
Thank you, Varun. Good evening, everyone. As you know that the time is very precious for us, for everyone. So I want to say about the time that everyone has a fixed time. Every role player has certain fixed allotted time. For speakers, prepared speakers, the total time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. I will show the green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. Then for speaker evaluator, 2 to 3 minutes are allotted. Green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. Table topic evaluator. Total time is 5 minutes. Green card at 4 minutes, yellow card at 4 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 5 minutes. Then for table topic speakers, timers, grammarian, or a counter. Total time allotted is 2 minutes. For every speaker, for every table topic speaker. Green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. Then for general evaluator, the time allotted is 4 minutes. Green card at 3, yellow at 3 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 4 minutes. For active listener, time is 5 minutes. Total time allotted. Green card for 4 minutes, yellow at 4 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 5 minutes. I will be come back with my report in the last session when the general evaluator called me. Over to you, Varun.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Rajni, for such a beautiful and a brief introduction of how much time everyone will get. Yes, Saurabh, there will be a 30 seconds of grace period after the red card is shown. Rajni ji, can you please share the timer screens or the cards once so that everyone is familiarized with the colors? You are on mute, Rajni. Okay, I see a yellow, a green, and a red card. So these will be the timer screens which you will be seeing according to your times. But now we have a next role player who will be playing the role of our counter. This particular Toastmaster will help us understand how we are going to use our time properly and not speak some fillers. Let me introduce Toastmaster Kaira, who is playing the role of our counter. Over to you, Toastmaster Kaira. Please explain your role.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Varun. So the purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. I will keep a note of all the fillers that are used and I will announce them at the end of the meeting. The fillers for people who aren't aware are or, and it could be pauses that are not required at the time they are used. And at the end, when I give my report, I will mention who used what fillers. And with that, I've completed my explanation of the role. Back to you, Toastmaster Varun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kaira, for explaining your role. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Rajni, for reminding me that normally whenever we do the meetings, we keep the timer hand raised so that she is on the first screen and you all don't need to pin her screen anymore. You just need to be on gallery view. With this, let me call upon the third role player in team who will be taking care and ensuring that you all stay on a righteous path of speaking perfect grammar. Well, you can call him Grammar Nazi. He wouldn't care because it is his duty and his responsibility to ensure that you are doing your best. So please let me welcome Toastmaster Manoj, who will be doing the role of grammarian. Over to you, Toastmaster Manoj. Please explain your role.
Thank you very much, Varun, the general evaluator of today's evening. Now, before I introduce the word of the day, we meet our crossroads in our life, but just give it a thought. Is it an opportunity or a kind of stumbling block? With that question, I'll just share my screen. Is my screen visible to each one of you?
Yes, sir,
Okay,
it is.
thank you. Thank you, Varun. So you find the picture of a man standing at a crossroad. And whenever there's a crossroad, I pose you the question whether it is an opportunity or a hurdle. If I have to answer this question, I think this is an opportunity to metamorphose ourselves. And metamorphosis is the word of the day. Generally, when you talk about metamorphosis, we talk about how a caterpillar changes to become an butterfly. So each crossroad gives us that opportunity to change from a caterpillar to that of a butterfly. Even in our geography classes, we have learned about how marble is formed from sedimentary rock limestone, metamorphic rock. There are two books also, wonderful books written, one by a Roman writer who wrote Metamorphosis in 8th century, and second is a modern writer, Franz Kafka, who wrote Metamorphosis. When the protagonist gets up in the morning, he finds that he has been changed to an insect. This has deeper meaning when it was written during the interwar years, First World War and Second World War. So you need to read this book to understand how it means. But going to the next slide, the word of the day is metamorphosis. You can use it as metamorphic, metamorphose, different sentences on the screen. We have watched the metamorphosis from a shy school-going girl to a self-confident businesswoman. One more for metamorphose, the sphere of luxury travel, the rules of the game continue to metamorphose. It goes on changing. Toasting ourselves in Toastmasters, we imbibe metamorphic transformation within us. So try to use this word as often as you can whenever you get a chance to be on screen. With that, over to the General Liberator, Varun Kumar.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Manoj, for such a metamorphic explanation of what word of the day will be. And finally, the fourth role player of my team is someone who will literally not be visible to you when you are standing on a crossroad, but he is someone who will take care of how you are doing, what you are doing, when you are doing, and where you are doing, whatever you want to do. So let me call Toastmaster Aditya Dugar, who is our Zoom master. And Aditya, would you like to explain your role, please?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Varun, for that introduction. And as Varun already mentioned, I'm the Zoom master for today's meeting. And I won't be literally zooming all of you in. I would be highlighting you and spotlighting you whenever you speak. And that's about it. Over to you, Varun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. One major important role of Toastmaster Aditya as a Zoom master is to mute all those noisemakers or troublemakers who have accidentally unmuted themselves. With this, after the prepared speeches, when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day, I will come back again and have my general evaluation session where I have two more people in my team who will take care on a personal one-on-one basis of where the prepared speakers are going and how can they improve. With this, I would like to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pragya, to please continue with a session of Crossroads.
Toastmaster Varun, can you also explain
Back
your
to
role
you.
as a table topic evaluator?
Oh yes, I am absolutely good about that. This is something which I love doing. As a table topics evaluator, I will be evaluating each table topic for a particular set of time, which as mentioned by Toastmaster Rajni. In my evaluations, I will be helping you out to understand how can you improve on your table topics. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Pragya, for giving me a small reminder and a gentle one. Back to you, Toastmaster Pragya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varun. So we are back to the theme of crossroads. Now let me ask you all one question. How many times when you were at a crossroad did you really ask yourself, why am I here? Why is this happening to me? Why does everything have to come to me only? Why do I get all the problems? Why can't I choose something? Why don't I have one way which I can use to find out one solution? N number of times when I have been on crossroads, this has been the only thing that I was using for a long period of time. I would say 10 years of my time. But a conversation with one of my professors changed me. When she asked me a question, Pragya, why is it so tough for you to decide? And I said, because I have to think of so many things. And then she asked, think of what really matters to you. When you are in a crossroad in a relationship where things are not going fine, think whether the fight, the discussion, or the disagreement that you're having is it momentarily or has it been going for a long period of time? Or the topic on which you are discussing, is that more important to you than the relationship? If yes, choose accordingly. Whenever you are on a crossroad where your core beliefs, your values are being shackled, think about it, whether those beliefs and values are so close to you that you would want to take a decision accordingly. Whenever you think of moving forward and are stuck on a crossroad with your past, think whether staying with this past is helping me grow or just keeping me tied to something which is not letting me take that next step. And all of this can be answered by just one question: what really matters? In that situation, if choosing who you are, what your core beliefs are, what your values are, what your relationship is, what your journey is all about, if that is what matters, your road will be much more clear. Because I understood that these roads are only blurred with the beliefs that we carry, the questions that we keep on asking ourselves, and sometimes not even those worthy questions that we should. The second question that I always ask is, if I decide a right or a left path, is it going to challenge my growth or not? My professor very beautifully told me that the worst thing you can do to yourself in your life is to stay wherever you are just because you are scared to choose a path. So, wherever you have these two crossroads in front of you, think whether one of these crossroads, though might be challenging, though might be tough, but is it making you grow from wherever you are right now or not? If it keeps you where you are, it's not worth taking that road. And third, the most important question, which I always ask, because there are times I cannot decide at all. I am a person who's always confused. And I think of it. If I had to give an advice to somebody who is a third person and was in the same situation, what advice will I give? Because 90% of the times we can excuse our own selves by having hundreds of excuses of why we should not do something. But when you give an advice to somebody else, you will choose the right one, because there you are not bounded by your beliefs or your choices. So always ask this question: what advice will I give to somebody else if he was in the same state? Now, Toastmasters has advised us to prepare for our speeches and go further on the path that we have selected. And that is why we have two speakers today who are going to move forward. They have selected their journey on this crossroads towards growth. May I invite the first speaker for today, Toastmaster Shakil. Are you in the room?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are. But before you move forward, we also have somebody who is going to handhold you in this journey, who will be your evaluator. May I please call evaluator number 1, DTM Abhijit, to read out the speech objectives for Toastmaster Shakil.
Much Toastmaster Pragya.
Before I even initiate, I would just like to reconfirm from Toastmaster Shakil if he has all his supporting role players who's going to be supporting him for his speech. Shakil, if you can confirm me with that.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing team Ritik from Karachi, team Huria Gayas from Karachi, team Maria Harim, team Anam, and team Kahira. I've requested to be the silent type role player. All are online. I hope they can confirm by unmuting them.
Toastmaster Ritik, can you confirm? Toastmaster Huria,
Yes, I'm
and
here.
Toastmaster Maria Harim, I think that's the third role player.
Yeah.
And Toastmaster Fatima also, if I may
No,
confirm. Okay, because you raised
this
your hand.
is hello. I
Yes.
have joined.
Are you audible?
I think you can. I think team Maria is available.
Are you audible?
Yes. Yes, Toastmaster Fatima. But okay, if your turn has not yet come, so we'll confirm that. But Toastmaster Shakil, you can reconfirm with all your other
Yeah, I
support
think
role players.
I have got confirmation.
All right. Okay. So I'll go ahead with the reading of these speech objectives. Toastmaster Shakil is going to be delivering his level 4.
One request, Toastmaster Abhijit. They can't unmute themselves. Can you please help them by allowing them to unmute?
I guess the tech master can be able to do that. Tech master, can you please help with that? If you can. Toastmaster Zabir Ahmed, if you can mute yourself.
कहीं गया है
Yeah,
चल
yeah.
तू ले कर दे वो और
Okay,
फोन ला फोन ला
I would
Toastmaster,
request everybody to please be muted for now. Once his speech starts, as per your roles, you can unmute yourself. Can we please open the option of unmuting?
yes, that's exactly what is required. So all the speakers, please be speakers in a sense who are supporting our main speaker to be on the main track. I'll go ahead and with the objectives. Toastmaster Shakil Khwaja is delivering his level 4 project 1 from his pathways presentation mastery, and it's managing a difficult audience. The objectives of managing a difficult audience states that the member needs to practice the skills needed to address audience challenges when he presents a speech outside of his Toastmasters club. And during the speech completion of the project, he would be spending time learning how to manage a difficult audience members during an entire presentation, which he will be talking about. Now, when I talk about managing a difficult audience, there would be a set of audience members, there would be a talker, there would be an interrupter, there would be a chatter, there would be an arguer, and there would be a person who would be a silent type person. So there are 5 role players who would be playing an instrumental role in terms of supporting the main speaker, Toastmaster Khwaja. Timer, please keep note. Ideally, the overall speech timing is 10 to 15 minutes. I repeat, 10 to 15 minutes. So it means, Madam Rajni, at 10 minutes, the green card, at 12.5 minutes, the yellow card, and at 15 minutes, the red card needs to be shown. Since the idle speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes, but there will be a lot of things which will be flowing in and out during the middle of the speech. Hence, Toastmasters International has given total time of 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll have to abide by that. 10 to 15 minutes is the time. Toastmaster Shakil, all the very best for your speech. And I will come forward and give my evaluation at the later half. Toastmaster Pragya, over to you to take the ahead from here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhijit. I would also request the respective role players, once your role is done, you please mute yourself so that it does not continue throughout the speech. Toastmaster Shakil, the power of patience. The power of patience, Toastmaster Shakil.
Give me 30 seconds. 10 seconds maybe. Can you please show me the minimum time for project?
10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, 10 is the minimum time. Okay, that's fine. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
May I start?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Your time.
Long ago, it's almost 22 years ago, an 18-year-old boy was working in his home doing the homework of the college days. He used to study. Yeah. He used to be at college during these days, during his first year or second year commerce. During his normal days, his father had a medical emergency. Well, he had no option but to take his father towards the hospital by public transport. Well, he took his father towards the hospital. In fact, he rushed to the hospital via public transport as there was no car in the home at the time. He reached the hospital in the emergency. It was well-known hospital, and started talking to the doctors. Doctors told them to go with the formalities at the admission counter in the ER. Well, it was all about difficult times we all face in our lives. We all face those difficult times that 18-year-old boy was facing in the hospital emergency with his father. He was told by the doctors that your father's condition is critical, and it's critical means critical. Well, the boy was depressed. He was just lying on the bench on one side and was lost in thoughts. He was at loss of words. What to do, what not to do. Now that boy had two options. His mother was at home. He didn't knew that her husband was in critical condition. Well, that boy had two options. Number one, either lose hope in despair, lose everything, and just start crying, what will happen to my father? He would have lost everything. Remember, when you lose hope, all the negativity in the world comes to haunt you, and you are nowhere. But the other option was, the number two option presented to the boy was that he had to face the situation, that difficult situation, with courage, with patience, just like a lion. Really. Now, with all those going in the boy's mind, do you know what the boy chose? Any guesses from the audience? Any guesses from the audience? You can unmute yourself. What did the boy do? Was he lost in despair, at loss of words, started crying, or did he opt for the second option? Can anybody answer me?
He opted for the second option, faced it like a lion.
Yes, can you please tell me your name?
I am Toastmaster Manoj.
Yeah, Toastmaster Manoj.
Definitely the second option.
Yeah, you are right, my fellow Toastmaster. He chose the second option.
That's good.
Well, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is the power of patience. It's normally easier said than done. It's very easy exercise patience do it this, do it that, rather than really implement it in your life. That boy courageously faced the situation. He called his friend to accompany his mother towards the hospital on a taxi. Yeah, can you, sister, please tell me what you are talking about? Your voice is not audible.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah. Can you please tell me what you want to talk?
Uh,
Can we talk it at the end of my speech, please?
okay, sure.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, that boy just told her mother that the father's condition is stable. You have to just reach hospital. That's fine. I'm calling my friend. He will accompany you towards the hospital. That boy really called his friend. His friend accompanies his mother towards the hospital. Upon reaching his mother, when his mother reached the hospital, he told him the truth, but not the full truth, but the half truth. The condition's stable. The doctors are there. God, I am praying to God. You should also pray to God, but don't lose hope, my mom. Yes, be patient. Be really, really patient. That was the power of patience that boy faced courageously that whole situation. His father was later stabilized after some procedures. Now my question is to all the audience, do you know who the boy was? The real catch? Any guesses?
Yeah, I can guess that.
Can you please tell me the name of the boy or any guess?
Was it you?
Yeah, it was me. It is me just sitting in front of all of you.
The storyteller who patiently
Actually,
the storyteller who patiently take his father with confidence and the courage to the hospital on a private conveyance. So he shows his patience initially.
yeah, thanks for seconding my opinion, brother. Actually, when you tell real life stories have the certain multiplier effect power with them. Every story has a power, but the multiplier effect goes with the real ones. Just to inspire all of you and show you the power of patience. In our daily life, we go through such situations where patience is there, should be there, I would say. As I said earlier, it's easier said than done. In today's journey, I would take you towards 3 highlights of patience. Number 1,
What
first of
hell?
all, yeah, brother, what you are going to tell me?
No, I was actually calling for a taxi. You have some options?
Okay, that's fine. You can call a taxi at your convenience, no issue. Well, I would like to tell you the disadvantages of impatience. Just to highlight the importance of patience, it's always better to see the other side of the story, the other side of the picture. Number 1, disadvantages of impatience. Later, after that, I will tell you the benefits of exercising patience. Once you all will know the benefits, you'll be curious how to be.
Toastmaster Shakil.
Yeah, can you please tell me your name?
Toastmaster Shakil, what is the Ritik Kumar, the arguer? So, what is the use of patience if that patience leads to a family not knowing the condition of their family member? And what if the person dies? Even if that boy you're talking about is all patient and courageous and bold and everything, and managing all the hospitals and taking phone calls and talking to doctors. What's the use of that if the family member is not able to see the person who was alive before? And what if he die? What about the regret the family members would have?
Actually, I would like to answer this question in a way that it's always better to take one step at a time. even we experience in our day-to-day life, when some loved one is no more, we tell the family members the situation is critical, just to have him mentally ready. Yes, you are right. There should not be a delay. What I am talking about, there was not a delay, but you can just you can say wrap your talk in the sandwich of sympathy, love, humility, and gratitude. And if someone is no more there, always there are talks or ways of talk we witness in our life. We don't even just call and say somebody, the loved one has died. Just one step at a time. I hope I answer your question, TM Ritik.
Shakil, your answer is absolutely right. At one
Thank
time, you have to tackle one thing.
Yeah.
Initially, it was the critical conditions of your father, and you've done the best at that time. Manage your father and manage the hospital and their paramedical staff over there. You have done the best. And they are the issues which lies after that.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, respected Toastmaster. Now coming to the disadvantage.
Shakil,
Yeah,
I would like to ask you one thing here that
yeah.
how did the struggle of your life redefine your patience in order
Can you
to
please
tackle
repeat
with
it? I didn't get you. Can you please repeat your question?
Yes. How did the struggle of your life redefine the patience you had for other people to struggle for?
We struggle for exercising patience, or like
Yeah, exactly.
actually, as I already said, it's not easy to exercise patience. It's always but I think once you just have a habit of not reacting, you can I've just heard one thing, that you can have a 10-second pause rule or 30-second pause rule in your life, and have some patience without responding or reacting just abruptly. I think when you exercise this all and over again and again, you tend to have that extra buffer or cushion to just calm down your nerves and then respond with patience. I hope I tried to answer the question. Maybe for a
Yes,
detailed
you
answer, we
did.
can have a conversation at the end of the speech.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Now coming to the disadvantages of being impatient in life. Number one is missed opportunities. There are a lot of opportunities I call, you should always be ready for them. I really love a thought, a quotation: when you don't shoot, it's 100% miss, so shoot. So going through, impatient people have missed opportunities. It can damage relationships very badly. Sometimes being impatient, just you react abruptly, you can lose relationships for the whole life. You can have increased stress levels. For example, you can have aggressive driving with being impatient, and just giving you intolerable, irreparable damage or loss you can face due to rash driving due to being impatient. Incomplete learning, sometimes it
Toastmaster
is.
Shakil, I don't agree with you. I have a very, I feel that, you're talking about impatience disadvantages, but the thing is that patience in itself is it has its own disadvantage, because when you're patient, people take you as submissive, and patience in your all your speech, it's all about, patience being a good thing, but I don't think patience is a good thing. It has its own disadvantages too, and you should have talked about it more. Instead of talking about disadvantages of impatience, you should talk about patience disadvantages.
Actually, sister, there are both sides of the story with every story have two sides. So I can't disagree with you on this. There are even for smoking, someone can come that it can reduce stress levels. So there are both advantages and disadvantages of all the things in our life, and you can take it like that. Is it okay?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, incomplete learning and poor decision making is the fifth disadvantage, you can say, of impatience. Now, benefits, coming to benefits. On the reverse side, better decision making. When you are patient, you tend to do better decision making in your personal and professional life. It can enhance relationships as you are not just abruptly reacting to situations, but having a pause and calm like that. When you are patient, it will increase your productivity in your work life, also in your personal life. Coming to a well-balanced mental well-being, you are impatient, you are stressful. When you are patient, you have a good mental health. Now, all in all, I would sum it up like it's like a long-term success for you when you are patient, when you exercise patience in all your life. Coming to the benefits, all of you would like to know how to improve patience. Wouldn't it be like? Do you want to know how to improve patience?
No,
Why?
because I'm already patient.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I would like to tell you in a quick time 5 techniques that can improve patience with practical examples. Practice mindfulness meditation. Dedicate a few minutes each day to mindfulness meditation. Focus on your breath and observe your thoughts without judgment. This can enhance overall ability to stay present and patient. Number 2, set realistic goals and expectations. Remember, unrealistic goals can be very, very painful in your life. Count 10 before reacting, the 10-second rule. It's always helpful. Number 3. Number 4, develop a mantra. Create a positive phrase or mantra before reacting to any adverse situation. Number 5, the foremost, practice delayed gratification. Intentionally delay reward or responses to create certain situation. I would like to sum up at the end. When there is a will, there is a way.
It is the way.
It's never too late. You can start any year, any month, any day, any hour, any minute, any second to change your life. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shakil, for that speech. We will now go on to the second speaker, Toastmaster Amit. But before I invite Toastmaster Amit, may I please request his evaluator to read out the speech objectives, Toastmaster Pongal Puniti. Is Toastmaster, yeah, I think you're not able to unmute. Toastmaster, yeah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, good evening. I am sorry. So I'm here to evaluate Toastmaster Amit Dudani, who is presenting his level 1 project 2 in his pathway presentation mastery. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a well-defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The member completing this project is working to write a speech with a purpose. The speech they create must be well written and clearly focused. Their goal is to meet the express purpose statement with a well, and the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Amit Dudani, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. Before I start, may I please request the Zoom master to mute everyone else other than the speaker?
Yes, sure.
Toastmaster Amit?
Yes, I'm here.
Toastmaster Amit, you murdered Newton in the bathroom. You murdered Newton in the bathroom, Toastmaster Amit.
I plead.
You're on mute.
You're on mute. Wait a second.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I do plead guilty. Yes, I did that. And let me assure you that you also have. And most of you have, if not each one of you. Let me explain. I'll take you back to about 2005. I used to work in an insurance company and I was handling one of the toughest portfolios. Can you guess what? Sales, of course. Selling is the toughest part in insurance. And it was corporate sales, not retail sales. And I would work for 29 days in a month. 29 days out of 30 days. That means all Saturdays and 3 out of 4 Sundays. Obviously, I didn't have a girlfriend then. My girlfriend was my work. But after working for that long a period, for almost a year, I did get my promotion. But what did I get in my promotion? I became a deputy manager from an assistant manager, and I got 20% rise. Now, the things that I had to sacrifice was my personal life, a girlfriend or girlfriends, just for that 20% rise. Was it worth it? Not in my view. So what I did was, I started thinking that no, this is not what I want to do. If I am going to work this hard, I can do something of my own. I can start my own business. And I started thinking all the time, whenever I had any free time over lunch, when I am about to go to bed at night, I would think, what is it that I should do? What is it that I should do that I can start my own business? And I used to think a lot, but nothing could occur to me. And then suddenly, in a light bulb moment, once when I was having a shower, it struck me. Yes, this is what I want to do. And this is what my passion is. And I followed that passion. Coincidentally, this speech that I am delivering today, even this speech I thought of while having a shower. Let me explain. When I was thinking a lot about what to do, I was using my conscious mind. I was consciously trying to figure out what is it that I need to do. But when I was having a shower, my conscious mind was at rest and my subconscious mind became active. And this subconscious mind gave me that idea of that business and the idea of this speech. Now imagine our vice president membership of this club. He is at a restaurant, okay, having dinner. Now although he's having dinner, but he's looking at a good-looking girl. There's a good-looking girl in a restaurant and he's looking at her. Now there is nothing wrong in that. That's normal actually. But while he's looking at that lady, the subconscious mind is observing a lot more. The subconscious mind is observing the decor in the restaurant, is also trying to observe the aromas of the food, the dress that the waiters are wearing, the cutlery, crockery, the paintings on the wall, all that thing subconscious mind is doing. While the conscious mind is doing the wrong thing, subconscious mind is picking up all the other things. So later on when somebody asks him how the restaurant was, he would be able to explain how the restaurant is, what was the color on the walls, how the food was. He would be able to explain all that. What happens is when we really think a lot and put a lot of pressure on ourselves, trying to come up with ideas and thoughts, our conscious mind is at work and it might not be able to give us or throw out those ideas. You would have seen that most of the brilliant ideas come either in the shower or while you're taking a walk, or you're walking your dog, or you're sitting under a tree. Like, do you remember Einstein sitting under a tree? I know it was Newton, but that doesn't mean Einstein can't sit under a tree, right? Einstein can also sit under a tree. And Newton sitting under a tree got that idea and he figured the law of gravity. And that was his subconscious mind that gave him that idea. So my dear friends, give your subconscious mind a chance. Allow your subconscious mind a chance to let you follow that dream, to let you really do what you want to do. Next time, when you take a walk, or take a shower, or walk your dog, my suggestion to you is Do not listen to music. Do not carry your phone. Allow that subconscious mind to show its power, to metamorphose into something great, and to allow you to really achieve something great. This subconscious mind is the real Newton. Do not kill this Newton inside of you just by watching or listening to music or watching some social media posts. You might miss an opportunity of starting your own business that eventually I managed to do just by allowing the Newton inside of me to take birth and give me this new life. Thank you, and back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit.
Toastmaster Amit. I have a question, Toastmaster Amit.
Okay, I don't think this is a question answer round. So if I'm allowed to answer,
Yeah,
Can we take it after the meeting, please?
Sure.
Amazing. Toastmaster Rajni, have both the speakers qualified for the voting? Can we please launch the poll for the best speaker today?
Aditya, will you please help me?
Yes, I'll do the launching. I'll just do it.
Thank you.
Have we got all the polls, Toastmaster Amit?
No, we are still due. 15 people have voted. 5 people are still due to vote. Guys, please vote fast. It closed the voting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. So as I have already told, the 3 questions which I ask when I am in doubt and at that crossroads. Firstly, what matters to me? Second, will this path take me to a growth journey or not? And third, if I was into that situation, what advice would I give to somebody who was in the same situation? But answering these questions seems to be so easy, isn't it? But when you actually get that thing done in the life, you find yourself to be making the toughest decisions. And the one common factor that makes it so tough is the people around us, the situations around us, and the people who matter to us. Many a times we are closed into boxes. The ideas are closed into boxes just because we cannot live free. We are also fulfilling the needs, the requirements, the demands, the happiness of everybody around me. And that is why, whenever you are at that crossroad, one more question that you need to ask yourself is, what all areas of my life are going to be affected by the path that I am planning to take? And will that effect be something that I will be able to handle? I will be able to go through? And is it going to be a major change into my journey with other people? But that does not mean that you don't choose that path just because it is tough. What you got to do here is ask, note down the changes that you think might come in your way, and step by step find solutions of what can be done to that particular path. And the toughest thing to do is to think on the go when you have to make fast decisions. And that is why we have somebody in the meeting who is going to help you think faster. Our table topic master for today, Toastmaster Saurabh. Can we please have you on stage?
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The purpose of table topics is to have people practice thinking and speaking on their feet. The impromptu speaking helps to develop 4 communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and delivery. To help you practice today, I have prepared a few topics that hopefully will help you to meet this goal. May I get any volunteers? Would you please raise your hand so that I can pick? Oh, okay. KB, topic is best friend. Best friend, KB.
Okay, so best friend is like a really best friend. Best friend means your heart and soul. To me, my best friend is someone who I can share everything without the fear of being judged and without being analyzed. That, okay, you're wrong here, or maybe you should have done this, you should have gone this path, so on and so forth. So there is no fear of judgment, and I can, I can converse honestly with the person. What has happened? What things will I like? Actually, a friend is someone who you meet in your life, and then he or she turns to be a counselor for you for life. This is what friendship is all about. I think it's a beautiful journey that I've had with my best friend, and I wish it continues for the lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you. True. They are trustworthy. May I have a second volunteer, please?
Can I take on Saurav?
Yes. Who is it?
Yeah, Manoj.
Yeah, please go ahead, Manoj. So, yeah, the topic for you is destiny. Destiny.
Someone said, and I quote, destiny and destinations are not always same, but sometimes we can make it same, because the future lies in the present. We cannot go back to the past. It's obvious. But the future is there now. And the challenge is to remain in now and here. And when the speaker said, you need to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is remaining now and here. And how do you practice that? I remember a talk given by Madhavan, one of those three idiots in that wonderful movie, iconic movie. He gave a talk in YouTube and he said he went to Europe to a retreat and there he learned to chew your water and drink your food. Chewing your water and drinking your food. That's the thing that they taught him, to remain in the present. While having our food, while talking now, while listening to other speakers, we start wondering. We do not remain in the present. And if we practice that, our destiny, we can build up our destiny. Because most often, the time whilst away, time passes by and we do not know, because we are either staying in the past or we are dreaming about that unknown future. So to capture and paint that unknown future the way we want, to make our destiny a reality, we need to remain in the present, because present is a gift given to us. Over to you. Thank you, KPM.
Thank you. Present is powerful. Next volunteer, please.
Can I speak?
Who is it?
Ritik Kumar.
Yeah. Okay. Topic for you is smartphone. Smartphone. Over to you.
Smartphone. Okay. Smartphone, a rather controversy, maybe doing more harm than good. Something which is a tool for sure, doubtlessly, that anyone can use. All the things we have been using, let's say be the clock, calculator, flash, have been minimized into this 7 or 8 inches screen, which I'm using right now. Even though well, smartphone, it's smart, definitely. It's portable, unlike the conventional computers where you cannot really carry them anywhere. It's smart for many reasons. You have all the knowledge, even if you don't have the Wi-Fi, you have the cellular data, your SIM data, to carry out the task that you want to get the information that you want to attain and even deliver it further. And even a person, let's say, waiting in the airport with no Wi-Fi or something, if let's say if they have a Toastmasters meeting of any international club, they can have it, right? Just because they have a smartphone. That is why this smartphone word makes it literally smart, right? Well, it has both the pros and cons. Parents might say it's not the case. The children or the teenagers say that the parents are not right. Well, both are right onto their own positions. Parents are right into a consideration that the addiction should not be there among the teenagers. Or even I've seen my cousins who are 3 years old who don't eat food without the Marsha cartoon. That's a cartoon they see while eating. Otherwise, it's just a habit. So as I heard this subconscious. So when actually the parents are not considerate enough that what exactly this is having a great subconscious effect on the minds of that young toddler, that kid is going to face a lot of dependency on physical objects, on their smartphones, on their gadgets, on their digital aspects they have around them. Otherwise they don't really have the taste of that actual life, how to play with the toys, with the people around them, with the kids around them. They would just be an shut in introvert all their lives. So yes, it has more harm or more good, but only depending how do you use it. Are you smart enough to use your smartphone, or is your smartphone smart enough to use you? I leave it to you all. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you. No, it's double-edged sword. It depends on how to use. Yeah. Now, Amruta texted me personally. She wants to go next, and I will get back to Bala. Amruta, are you there now?
Yes, but I'm not able to switch on my camera.
Sure.
Is it
Fine,
okay?
Okay, sure. Okay, topic for you is experiences. Experiences. Over.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for this wonderful topic. It's like if you don't have experience, if you don't have knowledge, but you have experience, you can sell the boat because you learn from your experiences also, whether it is good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. But they give you a lesson for life. For example, I was into sales and I was meeting number of people every day and different personalities. And many times I have experiences, very bad experiences, I must say. But that taught me a life lessons and that helped me today to become a better person. And I use many learning from my past experiences because you have memories and experiences. If you look at the past, you don't have nothing but only experiences you have with you. So that's my take on this. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Yeah, thank you. Experience is great teacher. Bala, could you please unmute? Topic for you is garden.
Sorry, Table Topic Master. Can you just confirm I'm visible and audible?
Yes, everything.
Thank you. Can you please repeat that?
Yeah, topic is garden. Garden. I have put in chat.
Garden.
Okay, garden. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, when I listen the word garden, I remember of that garden which I was there in 2005 in a place called Hyderabad in India. Wonderful garden with the lawns which had, if I can say, a dew on it with the sunlight touching onto it. I was there, but I was not enjoying that garden. Why? I was in a stress. I was under some office pressure. I was in that moment which I felt like crying. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I really cried there. I was crying in that garden, just in that beautiful green garden. And I just put my hand down like this and I cried. And then I thought, okay, no one is seeing me. But when I woke up or when I got my head up, I saw everyone was seeing me. Why did I cry? Because of my profession. Garden is a wonderful place, ladies and gentlemen. You can go there to make friends, to meet your favorite ones. But sometimes you can also go there in your professional life as a person to just de-stress yourself. That's what I tried to do that day. Maybe I failed miserably
I could not enjoy the garden. Instead, I thought of crying because of my professional reasons. But I'll request everyone, if you walk into that garden, there is a garden in everyone's life. There's a lawn in everyone's life. It's our mind. Just keep that garden clean. I have a wonderful lawn in my backyard. I take too much effort to keep it clean. I would like to conclude just by saying, garden, whether it's in your backyard or in your mind, keep it clean. That's all. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Garden is like peaceful place, and it's very nature and nice vibrations. Yeah. So due to time constraints, I'll have to end the table topics here. Could we start the voting, please? Voting for best table topic speaker.
Can we have the qualified speakers first?
Just 1 second. Can we do the voting at a later stage?
Sure.
Can we
Fine.
continue with the meeting?
Yeah. Thank you all for your participation in table topics segment. Yeah, keep on practicing and gradually you will improve. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Pragya.
Thank you, Table Topic Master Toastmaster Saurav, for those amazing topics. Coming back to the last thing that you need to do when you are at crossroads. And it's so simple. Pause. A pause is something which can give you such meaningful information about yourself and what you want out of life, which probably hundreds of talks with people cannot. When you pause, reflect back on what your life has been and is it the same thing that you wanted it to be. Pause to see whether the change that is going to come next, are you ready for it to handle that thing, or would you need to work more for it? Pause to understand whether the road that you are going to select might be a good one or a wrong one at a later stage. But for now, the decision that you are going to make is in the best of your ability. If you have done all of this, I believe that no crossroad will leave you to a painful path. And even if it will, you will remember that is the best you could do then. And nothing else could have changed that selection. So please take that particular pause in your life today so that the next 10, 20, 30, whatever years you have in your life will not be a misery of just choosing because of others' sake. With this, let us go on to somebody who is going to reflect on how good this meeting was and what can we do to not be at that crossroads. May I please call upon the general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Varun, to take his segment forward.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Pragya. Go ahead with my session. Can we have a small polling for the best table topics speaker? Or is it done?
No, it's not done. We'll do it towards the end of the
Toastmaster
segment.
Varun, there seems to be some problem. I think all the polls have been deleted by someone. I think these polls were made earlier, but I had also made the table topic.
Nice.
It has been deleted by someone. Okay, over to you, Varun.
Excellent work. No issues. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Aditya, my invisible role player, who is helping me out with everything. So let me call first evaluator, Toastmaster, to evaluate the first speaker. Toastmaster Abhijit, are you here?
Yes, just give me a moment, please. Let me switch on my video.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Varun, fellow Toastmasters, and Toastmaster Shakil in particular. I had to have the enough power of patience to withstand a speech that long and with profound information that you provided to the audience members. Toastmaster Shakil, you had to manage a difficult audience, that too in an online setup. I would really take the courage to tell you that you have done a great job in terms of managing an audience in which you had enough of disturbance, interruptions, questions, debates, rebuttals. so many things. In a kind of flow wherein a speaker is speaking, it takes even more courage to manage such kind of audience members and still go ahead and deliver a great speech. Toastmaster Shakil, I would also like to congratulate you on the speech content, on the clear message that you had when you delivered the speech, and finally to manage the difficult audience. This was well presented. The content, it had an emotional touch. The way you manage the audience was also something which was well appreciated. Everything was served as a platter for the audience members to listen to it very categorically, clearly, and make sure that they take away a clear message with the power of patience. But as we go into the second segment, which is the area where you can have some bit of an understanding of how you can make your speech better going further, here are few things which I noticed and I would like to share it with you. Number one, in your speech, managing a difficult audience had specifically 5 different support role takers: the talker, interrupter, chatterer, arguer, and the silent type. Keeping the silent type for a moment aside, 4 primary role players were talker, interrupter, chatterer, and arguer. And I knew for the matter of fact who are these 4 role takers who are going to be a part of your speech. But nevertheless, what I noticed that only one person did play the role well, and that was in the form of Toastmaster Maria. She was the interrupter, and she interrupted within the delivery of your speech and made a statement. But when it came to the other role players like Toastmaster Huria, Toastmaster Ritik, they were playing the role of the talker and the arguer, wherein this kind of questions actually didn't come forward for you to make an interruption or even have a one-to-one discussion or a talk. Similarly, there was a question which was being asked by Toastmaster Kahera. Even whatever role she played, but she was part of that difficult audience, which she could have done better. But what I could see a response from your side was to make a statement that I will take in your question at a later half of the speech, or probably towards the end. I was expecting as a speaker, you could have managed to address it. That was the only one point I would like to say. So whenever you are managing a difficult audience, it can be anyone as part of your speech, which can give in that argument, that interruption, that chattering. It's not specific to a limited set of audience members where you go and select. A difficult audience remains always a difficult audience. And a true speaker, when manages the audience well, could be anyone out of the box, takes a lot of courage. So that is somewhere where you can work on. Otherwise, Toastmaster Shakil, I wish you all the very best for your speech. It was a great profound speech. I thoroughly loved it. And I wish you all the best for your future speeches. Thank you so much, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks a lot of TM Abhijit for such a beautiful evaluation and letting the speaker know where exactly the help is needed. Let me call next Toastmaster Pongal Punita to evaluate the second speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Pongal.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Varun. Winning the audience happens with the title of the speech. And Toastmaster Amit Dadani, you did it so wonderfully with the topic, making it so quizzical as if you murdered Newton in the bathroom. And also the statement you said, I am guilty and so are you, made the audience come to the end of the seat and just watch it. Why am I guilty? What am I guilty about? So you caught hold of the audience with the first 15 seconds, which a good orator is expected to do. Now, coming to the structure of your speech had a beautiful opening, body, and a conclusion with a call for action. You had a good flow of words, and there was a good usage of phrases which like light bulb moment, walk your dog, etc. Coming to my recommendations, the first thing was your voice modulation. When you had found that aha moment, your passion, or when you're talking about every time you had an idea in the bathroom, you could have brought in like that idea, the subconscious mind is at action. So if you can have brought in a variety of voices, it should have brought in a lot of depth into the content and the pauses, allowing the audience to think as to what next. A thought time could have been better thought about, and the expressions on your face. Sitting on a virtual platform, it's always important that we touch the audience with our face and our action, which whatever is visible on the screen. So if you could have made a little more observation with your facial expressions, it would have been better. Now to challenge yourself, position your camera that you're completely visible. You were standing, I believe that you were standing, but if you could have made it in a way that you're visible, and also the gestures could have been more open. If you had been in a position where your physique is completely visible. Also, the movement from one side to another side. When you're talking about the conscious mind, and also about the subconscious mind, if you can talk about every time you move to your left, or you talk about your conscious mind, and to your right, or when you talk about the subconscious mind, you fix that in the minds of the audience. So if you can work on that, you can challenge yourself. To sum up, you were very much in alignment with the purpose of your speech to inspire the audience to act in a certain way. You made the audience understand that we can allow our minds to be at peace when we are doing certain things. With a wonderful beginning, a good structure, good flow of words, and a closure with a call for action, you had a beautiful speech delivered. If you can work on your voice modulation, pauses, and facial expressions, you will metaphors in a way that you will never have to kill Newton again when you allow the flexibility of your physique and that free movement of your hands. Back to you, General Evaluate.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Pongal Punita, for such a crisp and a brief and beautiful evaluation. Now it's time for my team members, who are as well as standing along with me on the crossroad, to present with their report and to help us understand where we are getting distracted. So for this, let me call Toastmaster Rajni, the timer for today, to present with her report of the timer. Over to you, Toastmaster Rajni.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Today, the time taken by all the table topic speakers. They are the first one, Kshama, 52 seconds. Second, Manoj, 1 minute 56 seconds. Third, Ritik, 2 minutes 40 seconds. And fourth one is Toastmasters. I don't write the name of that person who comes in the fourth one, and his topic is experience. I forget the name of that person, and he took 58 seconds. Then fifth one, Toastmaster Bala, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Then prepared speakers, Toastmaster Shakil, took 15 minutes 30 seconds. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Amit Dudani, 5 minutes 50 seconds. Evaluator, Toastmaster Abhijit, Evaluator 1, 3 minutes 54 seconds. And second evaluator, Pongal Punita, 3 minutes 20 seconds. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Rajni. Now I would like to call my second role player, who's standing on the crossroads for a long time and counting the most irritating thing, the filler words. Let me call Toastmaster Kahira to give her report of the counter rule. Over to you, Toastmaster Kahira.
Thank you, Toastmaster Varun. So I'll start with the O's used in the meeting. Rajni, Varun, Shakil, Saurabh, and Ritik. So you guys were the ones who used the word O. The second thing which I noticed was there were a lot of repeated words. So people said one word and then repeated it, not as a rhetorical way of speaking, but as fillers. So I'm going to name those people. And I just use the filler myself, so I can count that. The people who repeated their words were Pragya, Varun, Manojji, Maria, Amit, Saurabh, and Ritik, and Pongal ma'am. What y'all can do to improve on this is maybe take a pause when you feel you might be repeating words. Take a breath and practice speaking impromptu on platforms like Udly, because they make you more comfortable with speaking on the spot and slowing down. And I'm sure that I repeated words myself right now, and I'm guilty of this myself. And with that, I would like to pass it back to Toastmaster Varun.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Kahira, for such a clear way and a crisp way of telling us where is our problem in using the filler words. And finally, I'd like to call upon my third role player, Toastmaster Manoj, the grammarian for today. Toastmaster Manoj, over to you. Toastmaster Manoj, are you here? We cannot hear you. Zoom Master?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Is my screen visible to each one of you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the word of the day, I must congratulate people who used it. The general evaluator, speaker number 2, and evaluator number 2. So we are all at the crossroads, but some people transform, and that transformation comes through metamorphosis. Now, the wonderful words being used by TMOD, handhold, take that pause. That's a beautiful use of the word pause. Speaker number 1, wrap your talk in a sandwich. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's how he ended his talk. Speaker number 2, light bulb moment. Evaluator number 1, profound information, rebuttal, serve on a platter. Evaluator number 2, call for action, flexibility of your physic. TT speaker number 3, Ithrik, are you smart enough to use your smartphone, or is it smarter than you? And of course, TT speaker number 5, keep your garden neat and clean, be it at backyard or in mind. Something to improve, accompanied towards the hospital. It should be to the hospital. Have a pause or calm. If this was used, it should be have a pause or be calm. Or else there is, everybody did their best and there's a lot of things to learn today. With that, back to general evaluator of the day. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Manoj, for such a wonderful and interesting file presentation. Before I give you my report of the general evaluator, let me first don the hat of table topics evaluator. Toastmaster Saurabh, you brought something new today on the table, something quite interesting. And in fact, I actually wanted to try a topic, but then I was like, let others have mercy. You started off the topics with as simple as best friend. Speaker 1, best friend, Toastmaster Shama, she spoke quite well. Unfortunately, you came a bit short of 8 seconds. I would suggest you to practice a little bit more and also try to have a story where either you tease your best friend or you hate or you love or do something with your best friend in such a way that it becomes humorous, something which people will enjoy. Second, you had the word destiny. Somehow the second speaker made me think a lot. Where is it going to take the topic? Is it in the present? Is it in the past? Or is it in future? But it was quite an interesting one and quite challenging for my mind as well. One thing which I would like to give as a challenge to second speaker is to have a personal example where you can relate that topic with your life. Same thing happened with the third speaker, where he was given to talk about smartphone. Somehow you went on to explain about digital world. You went on to explain how smartphones play a vital role in everyone's life. But I felt it was more of a thesis or more of an, how would you say, more of a explanation of what does that topic mean to you. I was looking out for a personal example of how you could have related with that particular word with your life. The fourth table topic speaker again spoke quite well on experiences. And here you could have seen that they are sharing their personal story. This is something which I was missing on speaker 2 and speaker 3's table topic. And speaker 5, what a beautiful speech, sir. You spoke on the topic garden and you were quite clearly able to pass your message on what you wanted to speak. Now let me take away the hat of my table topics evaluator and come back to my general evaluator report. The meeting started a little bit late, somewhere around 8:02 or 8:03, which was good, okayish. We had a little bit of goof up where some speaker wanted to leave and they said, okay, let me have the speakers first, rather than what was earlier planned in the agenda of having table topics first, then speakers and evaluators. And finally, after the meeting started, it was quite well. The timer introduced herself, her role, quite in brief. Somehow I felt that it's a little bit too brief. The timings for general evaluator or table topics evaluator or some other evaluations. No, table topics evaluator, general evaluator, and there was something else which was not necessary to be mentioned, because as general evaluator who is experienced speakers, they understand that they need to speak less and give a valuable or a critical feedback. Anyways, no issues. The R counter and the grammarian quite cleverly described their roles and ensured that people do understand what the word of the day and what filler words are. One thing which I wanted to ask from the R counter and the grammarian is how they can ensure the efficiency of the role they are playing. If you put the word of the day in the chat box, it would have been better for everyone to understand and to use it quite easily just by going back in the chat box. And also the filler words, how to curb filler words rather than not just pointing out that you have these many filler words. This was something which I was looking forward to hear from, but I missed. When it came to prepared speeches, we had a very good speaker, speaker number 1, who spoke about who had the project of having disturbances. One thing is, rather than after the meeting has started, rather than then asking your interrupters to come up on the stage or open your mics, you could have done that before the speech has started so that it doesn't disturb the flow of the entire meeting. Rather than asking every single time, am I audible, am I visible? Just do it once and it is quite good and well and go. This speaker number 2, quite clever speech. I absolutely loved it. The title grabbed my attention. Evaluations were pretty good. What else? The table topics were quite well. I liked the concept of using just one word. Saurabh, you have done an amazing job. And you also explained what is it that you're looking for. To challenge you, Saurabh, one thing I want you to think of is, what is it that people are going to take away from your session as a table topics master? try to inculcate that one particular question in your topics or in your introduction and tell them that this is what you will be taking away from my session if you deliver a table topic. Then let's see how many people do join or do take up that challenge. And finally, over to our best Toastmaster of the day, who has absolutely done a brilliant job of making us understand what crossroads are. She has delivered a beautiful session, which I absolutely adore. One small thing or a small request which I have for every member sitting in this particular meeting is to follow some basic ground rules which are introduced in the starting of the meeting. To keep yourself on mute if you're not speaking, to keep your video on off if you are moving here and there, or if you are eating or drinking something, because it distracts the speaker very seriously. With this, I hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pragya, to continue with her session. Toastmaster Pragya, over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Varun, for that feedback. I am sure it would help us move towards that growth path. Now, towards the end of the meeting, I have just one thing or one message to say. Whenever you are at a crossroad, you will always have two roads. One, which will keep you on a monotonous journey of your life, which might not have that much of problems, hurdles, obstacles, and so much more. But will that path be right? You never know. On the other side, you will have a path which will give you troubles, challenges, hurdles, obstacles, everything. But it will lead you to have a better life, a better version of yourself, and a better tomorrow. Now, all you got to do is to gather that courage and choose that right path for you. Because remember, you get to write your life only once. With this, I will now hand over the stage to the presiding officer.
Can we have the active listener or after this? The role of active listener.
We can have it now.
So first we will have that. Okay. Who is active listener today?
I am the active listener.
Yes. You ask some questions.
So you can unmute yourself and get ready to answer these questions. Let's see what understood, who are standing at the crossroad with all their antennas tuned to understand what each speaker did, spoke, and what happened. Now to start with, today, among the attendees, we have the president of Zenith Toastmasters Club from Pakistan. Can anyone name that Toastmaster?
Zahara.
Shakil. Maria Harim.
Yeah, you are right. It is Toastmaster Maria Harim. Who said that?
Me, Toastmaster Shakil.
Okay, thank you, Shakil. Now, who was the first Toastmaster to use the word of the day? Not me, I explained it.
Toastmaster Amit?
It was
Toastmaster Varun, General Evaluator.
Toastmaster Varun, yes.
Amit?
Okay.
Toastmaster Varun.
Toastmaster Varun. Pragya, you are right. Toastmaster Varun, as the General Evaluator, used the word of the day. He was the first. Okay. Now the question to all audience except for the TMOD of the day. How long TMOD Pragya used to be troubled by standing on the crossroad till she came across a mentor?
10 years. 10 years.
Yes, who said that?
Amit.
Okay, Amit, you are right, 10 years. Okay, now to somebody else. Who did she meet? Who guided her to come out of this? We'll give the chance to somebody, Amit. Let's see if somebody is there. Okay, no one.
Mentor.
Okay. Huh?
Mentor.
Mentor. I'm asking who was that mentor? Okay, Amit, go ahead.
Her professor.
A professor, right? Now, coming on to now, tell me, how much time was allotted to the maiden speaker, TM Sakil Khwaja?
10 to
10
15
minutes.
minutes.
10 to 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, he started his story. How long ago he referred to when he started his story? He referred to. Okay, again, Amit with his hand up, but let's see if somebody else can take it on. No one. Okay, Amit, go ahead.
22 years, I think.
22 years. You are right. You are right. Bang on. And how old was he then? Again, Amit?
18 years old.
18 years old.
He still looks 18.
Okay. The boy had two options, either to lose hope or to face the situation with courage and patience. Like he used a simile. Like what kind of animal? Anyone? Okay, again, Amit.
I think it was lion, I think.
Yes, you are right. Bang on. It was a lion, like a lion. When Sakil asked a question, the two from the members who answered that question, who are those two? His first question was asked, and two people answered it. One was me, of course. From the audience, I was one. Who was the second one?
Mariam.
No. It was Toastmaster Muhammad Jamir Ahmad. Now, what kind of meditation did he speak about?
Mindful meditation.
Mindful meditation, right? You are right. And Amit got this idea. What was he doing then when he got this idea?
Taking a shower.
He was taking a shower. Okay. And in the restaurant, he gave another instance of somebody, VP education, seated in a restaurant, looking at a beautiful girl, while one of his mind was observing everything. What mind was that?
Subconscious mind.
Subconscious mind. Okay. Now tell me, what three places you generally get your ideas? Three places. You have to mention all the three. One is, of course, taking a shower. The another two.
Not listening to music.
Walk the dog.
Walking the dog. Yes. Second one is walking the dog. And something to related with Newton.
Sit under the tree.
Seated under the tree. And of course, when you go out for a walk or whenever you are doing all this, he said, do not listen to music or carry your phone. Okay, when you are standing at a crossroad, the last thing what Pragya advised all of us to do. He told us different ways to come out of that. Move ahead.
Pauses.
Pause.
Yes, take a pause. With that, I too take a pause. Thank you. So over to the presiding officer of the day.
Thank you, everyone. I hope all of you are enjoy this meeting.
Yes.
Now, I would like to
Excuse me, Rajni ji. I'd like to interrupt you a second. Actually, this is the Zoom master Aditya Dugar. For some reason, my computer is facing some problems. So all the polls are ready. And I request Kahira to launch the poll so that we all can vote. Kahira, can you just check if you can launch the polls? And so we all can vote.
Just checking. Okay. I am launching the best auxiliary role player. Let's see what that was. Can you all vote?
Yeah, in active listener, Manoj sir name was not mentioned.
Yeah, that's right. But we all know it, so we can just vote.
Yeah, voted.
I can't see the poll available.
Found it, Ritik?
Sorry?
Did you find the poll? You said you
No,
were
not yet.
having.
Not yet.
Scroll down the message.
Sorry?
Scroll down the message, the chat box. You'll get it there.
Okay, so 3 people haven't voted. So whoever you are, please vote. Ritik, in case you're facing a difficulty, you can send me your vote on chat. I will take it into account.
Okay.
I think you can proceed.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Going back. I'm launching the major role player. Can you all just 1 second. Has everyone voted?
Yes.
Okay. I'm ending this poll. And now I'm launching the table topics poll. Okay, I'm ending this poll. Okay, so I'll be telling you the results now. So the active listener, congratulations, you were the best auxiliary role player. Pragya, congratulations, you were the best major role player. And Toastmaster Manoj, you again were the best table topic speaker. Congratulations.
And another thing, the earlier speaker poll we had taken, and the best speaker goes to Toastmaster, best prepared speaker goes to Toastmaster Amit.
Thank you. Yes.
Go ahead, Rajneesh. I was just saying you can take it forward.
Thank you, Aditya and Kaira, for taking the poll. I hope all of you are enjoyed this meeting. And if somebody gives some feedback about our club or this meeting, please come forward.
Don't we have an evaluator poll, best evaluator poll?
All right. Thank you for reminding us about that. We
Thank
are
you.
going to launch that. Give me 1 second.
It's there, Kyra. The best
Yeah,
evaluator
I've
poll
got
is
it.
also there.
I've got it. Thank you. I think that was Pongal, right? Toastmaster Pongal. Thank you so much for that. It's been a while since I've done this. Yeah, I'll wait for 5 seconds more. So whoever is not voted, please vote. Okay, I'm ending the poll. Congratulations, Toastmaster Pongal. You're the best evaluator of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations to Punita Pongal. Thank you so much. Yes, anyone else, anyone wants to give your feedback? Or
Thank you
we,
so much for inviting me, Amit. And I've been here earlier also, I believe. So I really enjoyed being here. Wonderful with the way it goes on. The orderliness of the meeting is always very good. Congratulations and keep doing the good work. Thank you.
thank you so much. Now, over to you. Thank you all the members and the guests. And the last minute, some of the our guests and the Toastmasters, they accept the roles for today. So thank you so much for everyone. Now over to you, Aditya. Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you so much, Rajni ji. This was an amazing meeting, and I would like to thank all of you
to attend this meeting. Till
till
we meet again for the
the
next
next
time.
time.
Thank
Thank
you
you
all.
all.
I think TM Shakil and TM Bala wanted to share something.
If I am allowed to, I don't know. It's if time is not there, it's okay. I just wanted to say, I think that raising of hand took a bit of time. If it is okay and Toastmaster of the day allows, I'll do that.
Go ahead, Toastmaster Bala.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. So firstly, wonderful session. I did join a bit late and I could not even hear the word of the day, but really enjoyed what the two speakers said almost. Shakil, and that's what I put in the chat also, that taxi thing, I put it just as a disturbance to you because you're dealing with a difficult audience. I just did that intentionally. I hope you don't mind. That's the only thing. But then the second speaker, Mr. Amit, wow, what you took it to the next level and you went with that, all your personal experience and how you bought it. And I took one thing from you. I always walk with this headset when I go